and configuration of TMUX is done, let's move to the next phase of navigation into TMUX, where we will learn various pane operations, how to get help both offline and offline, and towards the end we will explore some of the practical use cases. But before that, let's learn TMUX structure and architecture slightly better using some examples. As we know, TMUX can help us arrange various sessions. Each session may have multiple windows, and within multiple windows, we can have multiple panes. So this has been depicted in the architecture here. Let's take the theory into practical now. In this practical, we will create two sessions, session 1 and session 2. Each session will have two windows, and each window will have two panes. Let's do it. So we start with TMUX new. When you type new, by default it takes new session, and it's an alias to new session. Remember, when you do TMUX new, it will not create a window but a session. Now we have to provide name of the session. Let's say session 1. We can do this, which means new window, and we will give the name of the window as window 1. So this will create a new session with session 1 name, and inside it, instead of creating a default window with just the index number, we are creating a window with a name, window 1. Okay, says there's duplicate session. Let's check TMUX ls if we have sessions there. Yes, indeed there is a session. So what do? Let's kill that session. TMUX kill session. Let's kill them all. Okay, and now check TMUX ls if we have any session. Wow, there is one. Looks like the above command didn't work. So TMUX kill session. Let's target session 1. Okay, and check if we still have a session, TMUX ls. Okay, there's no server running, which means no session. That's great. Now we can clear the screen, pretty much do the same with what we were trying to do. Okay, this now has created a TMUX session. Let's check it out this way, and there is another way to check it, which is prefix that we changed to control space. Yes. And I hit enter right after that, shows me the session. And if you notice, there is a plus sign here, which means it can be expanded. How do we expand it? Is using right arrow key. So once we expand it, the index number goes from 0 to 1. And if you see, this index number 1 actually has a window inside it, and it is attached to session 1. Let's now create window 2 inside it. And to create a new window, what we'll do is we'll do again prefix. We'll go to the command prompt here, and we'll say new window and a name of the window, which is say window 2. Okay, now if we check again prefix s, there are two windows inside session 1. So that's half the job done. Let's create a new window, a new session with a new window again. We can do it the way we did it from the operating system shell. Alternatively, we can from TMUX shell itself create this. So we'll do a prefix colon, enters that makes me enter into the command prompt, and we'll say new session. And session is always, if we want to give it a name, is followed by -s, name of the session, session 2. And if we want to create a named window inside it, we will give -n or -n window 1. Okay, let's try that if it works. And in order to check it again, prefix s, we see two sessions, and inside session 2 we have a window. Let's create another window inside it. from within TMUX. So we'll do prefix colon, enter the command mode, and then we'll say new window with name window 2. Right. So if we look at the overall structure of our TMUX, it's pretty much what we wanted, right? Session 1, 2 windows, session 2, 2 windows. Now if you're wondering how I'm navigating through these plus signs and collapsing and expanding these sessions, it's pretty simple. You use left and right arrow keys. Right arrow key to expand it, and if I want to collapse it, let's say session 1, which I've selected here, I will hit left arrow key and it will collapse the session. I will use down arrow key, again left arrow key to collapse it, right arrow key to expand it. So we have done, the skeleton of the TMUX. The only thing remaining is to create panes inside it. So we'll go inside window 1 and let's create some panes here. Well, before I do that, let me just rename this whole thing. Let me check where I am, session 1, okay, and I will create a pane and rename the panes. Well, actually, if you look at from the menu of sessions, you'll not be able to distinguish, panes with its name, but you'll still be able to see, in the lower half section of the menu, if you provide a specific name to the terminal, or the prompt. How do we do that is a simple trick. So let me just do, first of all, create 2 panes here. For that I will use prefix, which is control space, and then I will hit the percentage sign. That will split my current pane into 2, and in the right pane, let me call it pane 2. So I will do an export ps1. We know we are inside session 1, so let's name it in a way so that we can recognize session, window, and pane number. So I will say S1 stands for session 1. Let's say W1, window 1, and then pane 1, P1, or 2 actually, yeah. And then this is a variable. You can give it any name of your preference, okay. It doesn't have to be exactly what I provided. So once I do that, and I want to do another thing here. I want to copy this and paste it across other panes so that I don't really have to type it. How do we do that using TMUX is again prefix, which is control space, and then we hit the square bracket with starting square bracket, and I do it now. That puts me in copy mode. I will select the section I want to copy up until here, and the moment I release the mouse, it has copied it. Okay, now how do I paste it? So I move to the other pane. There are 2 ways to do it. One using keyboard, another one, since I have mouse support enabled, I can simply click here. I will be on the different pane. And now I have to enter into pane mode, which is my prefix, control space, and closing square bracket puts me, it pastes the content here. So the only thing I have to change is session 1, window 1, pane 1. Okay, there you go. To the end. Okay, right. I will clear the screen, both sides. This time I'll move to the right pane using keyboard, which is my prefix, control space, right arrow key. I will clear that. Okay, let's see where we are and how does it change the overall structure. I will move to prefix S so that I can see the menu of all my sessions. All right, so if I see here, let's read it out jointly, okay. Let me collapse it one and go to this. You see a plus sign here, which means there are further windows inside it. Also, it says session 1 has 2 windows. If I expand it with right arrow key, takes me inside it. Now if you see, window 1 has window 1 at index number 0 has a plus sign as well, which means there are panes inside it. Yes, there are. And when I click here, if you see what happens in the bottom half section, it shows me session 1 Windows 1 pane 1, session 1 window 1 pane 2. That's easy way to structure it. And I also know where I am out of these two panes. There are two indicators to it. One, that red font here, as well as a star here, which means I am right now in pane 2 of window 1 session 1. And if I want to say go to pane 0, what do? I will simply use the menu using the down arrow key and then hit enter. That will put me in session 1 window 1 pane 1. Okay, let's do pretty much the same with other sessions now. So I want to move now to next window. There are two ways to do it. One, I use the menu driven way. Another one, I use a keyboard shortcut, which is my prefix and then N. That puts me in next window. And if I want to validate I'm in the right window, I will do my prefix and W this time. It will take me to the same session menu. However, it will also put me in the exact spot. It will put me now here. It doesn't start with the session. It puts me in the spot where I am right now. Okay, so I will hit enter here. So I'm on the right window. I'll split this window into two, let's say horizontal one, using my prefix and this time double quotes. Okay, so I'll do pretty much the same thing. I will rename these panes for my convenience. Remember, I still have my copy mode context copied. So all I need to do is paste it here. So prefix, closing square bracket, puts me here, and I will rename it. So this is session 1. It's window 2 pane 2, which is cool. Okay, and I will move to the upper pane. Again, prefix, closing square bracket, and all I need to change is 1. Okay, let's see if we can move to the next window. Okay, there you go. All right, now we have to move to the next session. Okay, prefix S. Let's go to session 2 and window 1. Let's split it into 3 panes this time, all 3 vertical. And we do it like this. We do prefix and percentage sign, prefix and percentage sign. So we have 3 of them. I'll show you another trick here. And if I don't like the layout after I've created it, what I can do is I can hit prefix and space key, which will toggle across various options that I have. And it's better I show you rather than explaining it. So I hit my prefix and then space key. So it's divides the pane into 3 equal portions. Again, let me do this and you'll see the toggle. See, it converts it into 3 vertical panes. And I do this again and hit space, this time a different layout. One more time, different layout. Okay, so I just wanted to show you another trick, which is prefix space key. Well, in order to keep my work simple, I will close one of the panes. All I need to do is exit, and I will do pretty much the same thing which I did earlier. I forgot where I am. How do I know where I am? I do prefix W. Yeah, okay, right. I am in window 2 of session 2. I click here. I'll start from here. Again, divide it into, let's say, 2 panes. This time this one. Okay, I will paste and rename the panes, and content is this. This time I'm in session 2, window 2, pane 2, which is alright, and I move to the up arrow, okay, and paste it again. Session 2, window 2, pane 1, session 2, window 2, pane 1. Right, I'll move to the previous pane now. Prefix P, rename them, prefix closing square bracket. I am in session 2, window 1 and pane 2. This time use the mouse and paste session 2, window 1, pane 1. Okay, I'll do a click. Right, clear screen. And let me go to the previous one, CLS. If you're wondering how come I'm using CLS in MacBook, it's just an alias created. Alright, let's look at the overall structure. It should be good now. So I will do prefix and S. We have 2 sessions with 2 windows each. Let's expand session 1 by right arrow key. Okay, so it again shows me a plus sign here. Session 1 had 2 windows, it shows plus sign here. Expand it here. Now when I move here, you see here there's a session 1 window 1 pane 1 and 2. It's so easy to move across. If I select any one of them, I can do that. Yeah, pane 1, pane 2. You see when I move it, this changes. Okay, right, that's it.